Hi all, welcome to Biomat Automation. Let's quick update about the Selenium automation testing. Is regarding to the extent report. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware about the extent report is being deprecated, right? So we got the deprecation notice for the extent report. Yeah, and this has been updated on this GitHub URL where we have the extent report repository. This is what the posted by the owner of the extent report, Anshu Arora. All right. So now the notice is about a deprecation of the notice, right? The notification is about the deprecation of the extent report, and the extent report is being sunset and been replaced by the chain test framework, right? So now the extent report is been replaced, and the with the help is been replaced by the chain test framework. So now we need to understand about what is this chain test framework, and this video is will be giving you the step-by-step implementation of this chain test framework, right? So how do we generate the chain test report, right? How we can implement it in our test cases, right? With the help of TestNG. So we're gonna go and learn this step-by-step process how we can go ahead and implement this chain test in our framework now. All right. So it has the documentation has been given by the owner, right? The author, right? So it's been available in like different things. Yeah. So let's go one by one and understand like what this deprecation notice is about. Yeah. So still you can use the existing version, right? The previous versions is available there. You can see the four action report 4 and 3 is been available over here, right? But like the thing is, we need is gonna go and deprecate soon. So it's better to go ahead and implement the chain test framework. So let's go ahead and see what it is all about, right? So I'm opening it. Um, so this is what the information has been given. This is the repository for the chain test. Yeah. So what it is saying, so how to generate the chain test, right? So this is the complete code. Again, it's an open source. That's what we do have the code available here, right? So chain test, the comprehensive reporting framework supported multiple generators. Yeah. So static, that is what the HTML report. So as of now, it's gonna go and generate three types of report. Yeah. First one is the static report, which is the HTML report. Second is the email and the real time. So this is what the report which we can directly email to the concerned person. And third one is the historical analytics with the help of chain LP. This is something kind of cloud-based report which is gonna go and generate. Yeah. So as of now, this cloud-based report is not completely developed. Design is under progress, right? So as of now, we will not be able to see the screenshots there for all our failures. So whatever is failure, so if when we are attaching the screenshot, so we are not able to see those screenshots there. And I believe some error like the failure as well, right? The exception, the failure assertions and exception that is also not present there. So it's under development. It's not yet fully developed, and that too it will gonna go and we need to use the Docker for that. We need to use the Docker Compose for that. So what we can do today, so I'll come up with this thing later once it is completely done. So what we can do today, we'll go with this static report and then the emailable report generation, right? Static is nothing but our HTML report. Yeah. So that's what has been mentioned over here. This static report has been available in two themes, dark and light, and then emailable report is again simple. And this is chain LP remote. We need to have the right dedicated host or server for that. All right. So there are different things. So as of now, the supported framework is JUnit, Cucumber, JVM, and the TestNG. Python is in again in progress. The development is going on. So what we can do is, so chain LP is all about the cloud base, right? Which is going to go and store the history, and the command has been given. You can say that we need to implement the Docker Compose to in order to get those the chain LP report there. Yeah. So it's cloud based, and we're gonna go and see. I'll come up with that later. But today, we're gonna see these two things, right? So emailable report and then the HTML report. All right. So with the help of TestNG. So let me go over here and see what is been information given there. So if I go, this is what the the information is given there. So we got the TestNG plugin directly. So they have provided the dependency, right? This is what the dependency we need to use in order to generate the report with the help of TestNG. All right. So this is the only dependency we need, which we need to add in our pom.xml. Yeah. And they also mention do not include the chain test core dependency. Yeah. So that is another dependency is been already is it will automatically be included via plugin dependencies. Yeah. So as soon as we add these dependencies, it will be already available there. So we do not need to add this chain test core dependency. The only thing which we need to add is this chain test TestNG dependency in our pom.xml. Yeah, that's there. And second thing is what? Add chaintest.properties file in your class path. Example, SRC test resources, right? So in our Maven project, we need to add this chaintest.properties file under SRC test resources to generate the report. And this is what how the implementation of the chain test with the help of listeners. How do we do it? We're gonna go and see. And if you want to generate the log and attach the screenshot, they have provided the methods there. How do we generate the log and how do we attach the screenshots there? Yeah. So we're gonna see this step by step. Yeah. So what we can do is, in order to see this step by step, what I did, I created a simple Maven project here. Yeah, chain test report, right? So I created a simple framework, right? So Maven framework. So over here, I do have only three classes. So out of which this is for the test base, where I do have only the web driver and before method and after method. So over here in before method, I just declare the Chrome driver, navigating to Instagram website, maximizing and applying the implicitly weight. And in after method, I'm just quitting the driver. Very simple, straightforward. You guys are pretty much aware about this thing. Yeah. That is a simple like test base one the base class, defining the driver class, web driver there. And then I did created the two simple methods, log into Instagram, like very simple, right? Just to entering my username, right? Username, password, and clicking on the login button. That is a very simple step for the Instagram, and I extended to the test base. Same, this is one the simple test case which is gonna go and pass, and second one is I created the again which is gonna go and fail. I just fail it deliberately so that we should get the failure as well. Yeah, I just changed his wrong expath has been added over here so that this test case gonna go and fail there. Yeah, very simple, straightforward. That's the only thing I did over here, right? Simple test cases. Yeah, two test cases and class. Now, so very important thing is what? Our pom.xml, right? Over here, like I just created a pom.xml. This is what the built-in plugin where I can go ahead and specify my Java version. So I'm using the Java 17 version there. That is what this build tag has been added over there, right? Now coming to the dependency, right? This is very important. So in dependency, as we are dealing with the Selenium, so I just added the Selenium latest dependency there, and make sure you are not going to go and add the regular TestNG dependency. This is very important. We do not need to add this TestNG regular dependency there. Make sure in your framework, if you have this, and I'm 100% sure if you are working on the TestNG, you will definitely have the TestNG dependency at your in your pom.xml. Yeah. So just comment that or delete that dependency. We do not need this TestNG dependency over here. So instead, what we need is we need chain test TestNG dependency as mentioned over here. Yeah. This is what the plugin we need. So what we can do is we can quickly go to our Maven repository. It's also available in the Maven repository. So I can go there in Maven repository and check for this dependency there. So yeah, this is what I do have the Maven repository. And if I go here, uh, chain test, TestNG, so I'll be able to see this is what the TestNG, and let me see, I do not need a TestNG, I need the chain test. So when you search for the chain test, you are able to get two dependency there. That's what chain test core and chain test TestNG. That's what this guy explicitly mentioned over here as a note. Do not include chain test core dependency in your project. It explicitly mentioned there. It will be automatically added once you add this dependency. Yeah. So this explicitly mentions, so we do not need this there. I just need chain test TestNG over here. So if I go here, so I do get like couple of dependencies here. It's been just started in the month of January. Yeah, very recently it's been started. So let me go ahead and grab this latest dependency. So I just copied this dependency from here and then like added in my form.xml file. Along with this dependency, you can go ahead and add these two more dependencies there just to sync your HTML report in a proper way. Yeah. So make a note of these two dependencies. Yeah. So it is pretty straightforward. Yeah. If you are using right. So this is what the dependencies we need. And this is what only three dependencies we need as of today. All right. Apart from that, you do not need any another dependency with the to deal with chain test report. All right. And make sure you are going to go and remove the TestNG regular dependency. We do not need this dependency in our form.xml. All right. That is something very important. All right. We are good. Yeah. So that is what my form.xml. Now what I did, I just created the testng.xml file out of these two test cases. I do have only two test cases there, right? So login to Instagram and then login to Instagram fail. Only two test cases. I just created the testng.xml file. It is pretty straightforward. You know how to create those files there. Yeah. Simple framework, nothing fancy item there. All right. Just we are more main focus is what to generate the chain test report. All right. So let me run this. Yeah, let me run this XML file, and you can see the two tests have been running there. And then we're gonna go and implement then chain test reporting there. Yeah. So let it go, let it run, and after that we're gonna go and implement the chain test. The first test has been executing. Login to Instagram. It tried login there. And this is the second test case. Just opening the browser, navigating to Insta, entering username, password, and clicking on the login button. So second is going to fail because we deliberately fail it to get the failure test case as well. All right, try. So is fail. Yeah. So two test cases, one pass and one fail. That is what as of now. All right, that's there. Okay. Now what is the next thing? What is the next thing we need to do? We need to implement chain test reporting there. All right. So we added the dependency and we have our um, test cases and test base there. Now to start with it, what we need to do is we need to add this listener. TestNG is coming. This is coming with the listener. Let's go ahead and see the implementation of it. Yeah. So before doing any implementation, the important stuff is what we need to add this chain test property XML file. Yeah. So let me go ahead and open this chain test properties file. So it's available here. So you can directly download this properties file. Yeah. And paste in your paste in your resources. Yeah. So what I can do is I'll just copy the raw file or I can just copy the complete text. Yeah. I just copied it. And what I can do is I'll just go to my project and in my SRC test resources, I'm gonna go and create new file there, new file. And I'll name there as a what? Chain test dot properties. Yeah, that's there. And just paste that complete file here. I hope I mentioned the same name as it's been mentioned over there. Yeah. So make sure your spelling and everything is right. Say right chain test dot properties. So yeah, so that file is there. All right. So this file has been added, and like let me explain you what this file is all about. Okay. So we added this file here. So very first thing is what we need to add our project name. So whatever project you are working on or for whatever project you want to generate your report, so you need to add your project name there. So as of now, I'm just adding my format automation and execution report. Execution. So as per your project name, you can go ahead and add your project name there. Now storage, this is again related to cloud. So we do not need to do, make it false, make that false. Chain LP, this is again, we need to what? We need to have the Docker compose here. Docker, sorry, Docker Compose. So as of now, it's under development. It's not 100% developed. Yeah. So we are not dealing with it as of now today. Yeah. So once it has been done, I'll come up with that video as well. So make this false, right? We do not need to enable this. Now, this is for the simple, right? Simple means this is nothing but our HTML report. Yeah. So as we are seeing our extend report, HTML report, that is something this HTML report and make it as a true. If sometime it is false, right? So make it as a true. And where this report is going to go and generate, it will going to generate under your target folder. It will create one folder again under your target as a chain test and index.html. You can change the name as well there. Yeah. So it will gonna go and generate this report under this particular folder. Under this target, it will create chain test folder, and under that, it will gonna generate index.html. And this is for the emailable report. Yeah. So this is what the emailable report it will gonna go and generate for us. It again make it true, right? That is something which is we need to make. And over here, it will gonna generate under target, chain test, and email report. We do not need to make any changes in this properties file. Only if you want to change this target, you can change this like the output target where you want to change it, output folder and name you can change over here, and you can add your project name. And you can just need to make it true or false if you want that particular report. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do with this particular properties file. You do not need to do anything, any changes in this properties file. All right. That is what how it is. That is, it is very simple and straightforward, like to generate this particular report. It's too easy, right? Like it's too easy as compared to our extend report. Yeah. So you will be loving this when we will done with this particular report. All right. That's there. Okay. So we are done with this chain test dot properties file, and we are okay. We enabled like HTML report as true and our emailable report as in also true. That's there. All right. Now what is the next thing? Next thing is what I need to do is in your test based class. Okay. So we have this test based class, right? So in your test based class, what you need to do is on the top of class, we need to add the listeners there. Yeah. So let's see it's an implementation. This is what the implementation of that things, right? How do we need to implement? Yeah. On the top of your class, you need to add listeners chain test listeners dot class. Yeah. So on the top of your class, right? This is what our test base, right? The root. Yeah. From where we are just starting, the heart of the framework. Yeah. So at the rate listeners, sorry, right? Listeners. And in listeners, you need to write chain test listeners dot class. Yeah. That's the only thing you need to do over here, right? So we have been added over here, and you can see it's been imported like from this particular import. Yeah. Right? Is this we got this import from this particular jar file. Yeah. So we are good there. Yeah. So we just imported this thing here and we are good to go. Yeah. Now how to implement it? Right. So we imported this thing. Now how we can like add this thing in our report, right? So it's pretty straightforward, very easy to understand, right? So over here, what I can do is I'll just start writing something. I'll write CHAIN chain test listeners dot, see we have the method called here log. Yeah. And over here you need to write your message as we used to write in our extend report or in our sysout report. Same thing we need to write over here. So what I can do is I'll write something over here saying user navigated to the insta URL, and that's it. All right. Similarly, I can go ahead, copy this, and I can write something over here, driver quit. All right. Yeah. Very simple, straightforward. Now, in my test cases, how do I do it? Yeah. Same thing, you do not need to do anything there. Go to your test case, go to your test case straightforward, and write over here something called as same thing, chaintest.log, and like what is this? Email address. User enter the email address. User enter email address. Email address. Right? Again, let me copy this chaintest.log, paste it here. User entered what? Password. All right. Again, and like copy paste. User clicked on login. Right? Simple, straightforward, nothing fancy, right? We are good. So we are good with my first test case. Now let's go to the second test case. Repeat the same thing. Yeah, my test cases are same, right? So what I can do is I'll again go ahead and write over here chain test listener dot log, user enter the email address. All right. Over here again user enter the I would say password there, and I can write something over here. I am in the this test case. All right, just to differentiate. And then last statement I can again write here chain test listeners dot log, and what is this? User clicked on login button. User clicked on login. All right, that's there. User clicked on login button. Yeah, simple. So this is what how easy it is to implement in your test cases. Pretty straightforward, nothing fancy atom in there. Yeah, very fast, very easy to understand, pretty straightforward. You need to do it. Just what you need to add in your test base, right? From your, the heart of your engine, from where your framework is starting. On the top of that class, right? Whatever your class is, or it could be anything, right? In your like, framework. So on the top of that, add listeners and add over there chain test listeners dot class on the asset. It will import this thing and you can just start implementing the listeners there. All right. So I think we are good, right? So we are good to go. This is pretty straightforward to implement. Yeah. So now what I can do is let me run this thing and let's see it in action. What it's gonna do for us, right? So as of now in my target, there is nothing the target folder is empty. I don't have anything there. As per my chain test dot properties file, I'll be able to get the output in my target folder. Yeah, target chain test, and then it will gonna go and generate index.html there, and then chain test.email. I'll be able to get two reports there. All right. So let's cross our finger and let's run it and let's see it in action. Yeah. Let me run this TestNG XML file, and then let's see what it's gonna do for us. Whether it is gonna go and generate the report, right? The chain test report or not. Yeah. Let's see. So it's running the test case. This is what our first test case is. Enter the email address, password, and execution is done. And this is something the second test case. And this is gonna go and fail. I deliberately mark it as a fail so that we should have both the things there. All right. So one pass, one fail, two test cases. Yeah. So in our TestNG framework as well, I can see one pass, one fail. All right. So we are good there. So let me refresh my project there and see. In target folder, we got right one folder there as per our like properties file. Yeah, as per our properties file. So we are supposed to get chain test in target chain test folder. I got there, and in if I expand in that folder, I do have index and HTML. We do get these resources. This is by default is generating the resources there. That's fine. But like what I got is index and emailable, both reports available there. So let me go to this report and let's see what it is there. So now we are expecting, right, whatever message we have been written, right, whatever logs we want it to generate, whether those logs are available in our HTML report or not. This is what our index.html report, right? So let me open it in the Chrome, and here we go, right? This is what the latest chain test report for you guys. It's a completely replacement of our extend report. Now you can see the test cases has been failed, one pass, one fail, right? 50-50% started time and everything has been mentioned, right? It's the 26th of January, right? It's been passed, how much time it's been taken. You can see the name which has been mentioned over there in our properties file, right? Over here I mentioned the name of our project, yeah, biomat automation underscore execution report. So that's there, biomat automation execution report is there, and two test cases. Yeah. So one more thing, it's giving us the class name, the package name, and the class name and the method name. All three names are here. In our extend report, we only used to get our method name, whereas over here we used to get our package name, class name. So test cases, login to Instagram. This is something our first test case. If I go here, so this is what my package, yeah, test cases, login to Instagram, and then this is what my method name. So it's printing all the things, and in my method name is giving me everything. See, user navigated to Insta URL, right? So this is what my before method over here in test base, right? Over here, right? User navigate to Instagram, and then what? Then coming to the main, user enter email address, user entered password, user clicked on login button, and then driver dot quit. That's there, right? So we got everything here, right? So we got everything here. Now this is what our first test case, and this is what our second test case, which got failed. And see, it itself has attached this exception there. We do not need to do anything. Yeah. Whereas in our like extend report, we need to add this message there, right? But here we do not need to do anything. Is by default is been added, and that is what, like, it's been major advantage for us. We literally do not need to do anything, right? It's pretty cool feature is been given there. And like all message, see, we used to get all like the logs and everything is been there, is been given. Yeah, this is something how very interesting. Again, like you can filter it out with the help of pass. So if I click on pass, so it just showed me what are the past test cases here. Skipped, if something is skipped, it will gonna go and show skip test cases there. Failed, it will gonna go and show all the failed test cases. If I clear all filter, I'll be able to see all test cases here. Yeah. And if I click on this system, so I'll be able to get all system properties, right? So Java version, owner, Windows name, and all those things, all system properties I'll be able to see over here, right? That is how cool this report is looking like. Yeah. This is what our HTML report, right? Now let's go ahead and see if we are able to see the um, emailable report, right? So I can go ahead and check over here if I'm able to see the emailable report. Over here, I can see the emailable report. Let's open that report, right? And see, we have one test case over here and one test case fail. Yeah, this is something what emailable report. And in emailable report as well, we used to see what is the reason why my test case got failed there. Yeah, the exception has been automatically attached. I do not need to do anything for this there, right? So in our second test case, I have did nothing. Yeah. So whenever my test case fail, I did nothing, right? I did nothing. I just added a log and it's been adding my like things there, right? So this is something how easy it is and how cool it is, right? To generate the report with the help of this particular uh, chain test, right? So is this is something how it is. Now the next thing what we can do is um, we got this report there, right? And like we saw, right, we got the report both HTML report and then the right, and then the emailable report. Now the next thing is we also need to get our screenshot, yeah, and we need to attach those screenshot in a report. That is something which is very important. All right. So now what I can do is we're gonna go and do that stuff as well, right? How to take a screenshot and how to attach the screenshot there. Yeah, we can do that as well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do just that thing. Yeah, so what I can do is you guys know the the methods to take a screenshot, right? So how to take a screenshot? So what I can do is I'm gonna quickly go ahead and create one simple method to take a screenshot. Yeah, so what I can do is over here I'll write one method public, and I'll write method called as take screenshot. That's all right. All right. And in take a screenshot, I just need to take a screenshot, right? We need to write the code for that. What is the code? How to write the code to take a screenshot in a Selenium? Yeah. So it's something called as take screenshot, screenshot. Yeah. And what we need to do is we need to cast this to the driver, and then we used to get what? Let me input, right? Let me write file is equals to, let me import this file. What has happened? All right, it's giving me some challenger while importing. So what I can do is I do have the reference there, and you know how to take a screenshot. This is a pretty straightforward statement. Yeah. So to take a screenshot, okay. So don't waste time over there. All right. So let me go ahead and write this thing. Let me import it. I got this import from the Java. Take screenshots driver, you know these methods, you guys are working in Selenium, you know it pretty straightforward, right? So file is equals to this file, somehow is not importing. Yeah, and then get screenshot as an output type file. So you can use any output type there, yeah, but output type over here as a file. So source file, or you can say screenshot, anything whatever you want. So I'll mention there here what screenshot does that, right? So take screenshot is an interface. Yeah, take screenshot is an interface there. So we need to cast our driver to this interface, and then we used to get this get screenshot as method. Yeah, we need to get this method from there. And output type, what type of output you want. Yeah, so it will gonna go and generate the screenshot for us. Yeah, so this is for the Selenium utility. It's been imported from the Selenium, and you guys know this how to take the screenshot. Yeah, just Google it out, you will get it. The next thing, how to attach. Now it has created this file there, yeah, output file, and we need to attach this file, this screenshot to the report. Yeah, so this is something which is very simple in chain test. Yeah, so again, chain test listeners dot, what are methods available over here? See, this embed is an overloaded method. This is only for attaching the screenshot. So we can have the screenshot in the terms of file. Yeah, we can have in the terms of byte, or we can have in the terms of base 64 as well. Three types of file we can attach over here, anything whatever you are comfortable with. So you can go ahead and create. So as I created the file, I can go with this file, and we need to specify the mime type there. That is something which is very important over here. All right, so I'll just select this screenshot is already taken from here, right? This is what the screenshot where we are taking the screenshot. It put take that file, and over here I need to specify mime like type. So for that we have this many types there. So as of now, this chain test is supporting this many files there. Yeah, so image png, image jpg, jpeg, gif, bmp, all this there. This is what it's gonna go and support. Now what you need to do is you need to take anything from this, and like you need to specify the same thing over there. Don't ever add dot over here, right? It is like it's image and this is what is the backslash dot png backslash png. We do not have any dot or any name over here. Do not try to change any name over here. This is something which is you have to mention as is. Okay, do not change anything here. All right, that's there. So this is the only thing we need to do to take the screenshot with the help of chain test. Yeah, so this is gonna go and take a screenshot, and this is what we are attaching the screenshot, and that's it. All right, we are good here. Yeah, we are good. So we are done with taking screenshot and attaching to the report. Now how to attach? It is pretty straightforward, right? Go to our test case and just call that method, right? Take screenshot and that's it. Over here again, go ahead, take screenshot, call that method, and it will gonna take a screenshot and it will attach. So I'm taking screenshot for each and every step. Yeah. So this is what first step, this is what second step, and this is what the take screenshot third step. So I'm just adding a screenshot for all the methods, right? That's there. So for this fail test case, again, I can do the same thing. Yeah. So where I just enter the email address, user enter the email address and then take a screenshot. Simple. Yeah. Just create it once and then use it as and when required. Again, take a screenshot. Right now, from where this take a screenshot method is coming, it is coming from my test base. Yeah, this test cases are extended to the test base. That's what is directly coming there. You can see this is what we created, and where I created in my test base here. This is what my test base class. All right, that's there. Okay, now go here again. I can go ahead and write here take screenshot. All right, I'm good. Yeah. So it is pretty straightforward. Yeah, it is pretty straightforward, right? Very simple to use, very easy to understand, right? So very fantastic. Like this report is really, no headache of specifying something driver and then like as that of the extend report. Pretty straightforward to understand. All right. So let me run this and let's see it in action, whether it is generating those many screenshots and attaching to report or not. Yeah. So we do not need to know where it's gonna go and store that screenshot. We are least bothered about it. It will gonna go directly attach those there. So in Selenium, we need to create some screenshot folder and then we need to save, copy all these files, right? In terms of Selenium, first we need to generate this, screenshot, and then we need to copy this screenshot to some other location at our desktop, right? And from there, like we need to go ahead and like attach in a report. That is something different in our extend report. Whereas here is pretty straightforward. Take a screenshot, attach that file directly, and it will gonna go and do that thing for us. All right. So let me run it. Where is my yeah, here is my testng.xml file, right? This is what my testng.xml file. So let me run it and let's see in action. Now this time we are expecting it to generate the screenshots and attach it to the report. Yeah, that is something which is expected to do. Let me run it and let's see it in action. So it's running. It did launch the browser. So it entered the username and password, clicked on the login button. First test is done. This is what my second test case. Yeah, this is gonna go and fail because we deliberately fail it. All right, and this time we are like you know interested to get our screenshot. So one pass, one fail. That's good. So let's refresh the project and let me go to our target folder there, and in target chain test. Yeah, chain test we do have this thing there. So let me go ahead and show in system explore. Yeah, this is what it is, and it's been recently generated 2138 and it's 2139. 1 minute just passed. And if I open this index.html, right, this is what my first test case, and here we go. All three screenshot has been attached over here, right? This is what my first screenshot where it's been entering the email address. That's there. Yeah. And this is my second screenshot where it entered the password. right? And this is my third screenshot, right? When it clicked on the login button. All right. This is what a three screenshot for my first test case, right? That's what we did over here for all three steps. This is what my first, right? Entering username, entering password, and clicking on login button. It done. Yeah. And in second test case as well, we added the same three screenshots there, all three steps. Yeah. So if I go to my second test case where I got this failure as well, it also reported this failure. Very first is reporting the failure, and we'll be able to see by just looking at this log. Okay, I got this failure at this particular XPath. This is what my XPath which has got failed. Yeah, is there, and then I got two screenshot right there. So as soon as our test case got failed, we know the principle of Selenium, right? So as soon as we got this failure, right, Selenium won't go next, right? It won't execute these two steps. So that's what we are not having this statement there. User clicked on login button. We do not have this thing there. Yeah. User enter password and then directly driver dot quit. Yeah. Because it started executing after method. Yeah. And user enter password. That's the only thing we have here. User enter password. This is what the statement, and it got failed at this particular XPath, which is expected it to do. It failed, and we have got two screenshots there. This is what first one, and this is what the after entering the password. Second one. And for third one, it got failed. All right. So that is what how we can go ahead and add our screenshot in this particular thing, right? One pass, one fail. This is pretty simple to add and to use, right? So it is very very good, very useful. Now, how you can incorporate in your framework? It is simple. Just replace your extend report statement, right? Like wherever you are writing like test dot pass and then log, you need to replace it with the chain test listeners and then the log there. Yeah, that is what the pretty straightforward thing. Now you might be wondering if you are having some issue with like why I need to add it over here, right? This class over here. How do I do it? I already have the listeners there in my testng.xml. Yeah, because we are using the listeners classes when we are designing the framework. We are using the listeners right before test, like what is going to go and happen before test, after test, right? So before start of the test, before end of, after end of the test case, right? We do have the listeners there. Yeah. So in our listeners, right? Listener classes, we use that listener classes there. So you can specify the this as well over here, right? How to do that? So we need to add listeners here as well. We can add listeners here as well. So let me add the listeners, and then yeah. And over here, what we need to do is we need to mention the complete path. Yeah. So from where I can get it, I can get it from here. This is something which is you need to add there. Complete package name. Yeah. This complete package name you need to add there. Right? The package name and then the class name. This is something you need to add in your as a class name over here. Right? So you guys know the fundamentals of the listeners, why we need to use and how we are using the listeners class there. So you can add it here. And now from your test base, you can just comment it out. You do not need this in your like over here now. So you can just comment it out from here. Yeah. Control Shift O, right. So you can comment it out here. You do not need to write this thing over here now. Yeah. It's been already, added in your testng.xml file, right? And we are good here. So if you have it here as well, then also it will gonna go and work. You do not need to worry about it. All right. So the two ways, either you can add it over here in your class, like from the start of the class, you can add it here, or you can add in your testng.xml file in this way. But make sure you need to add the complete package. Yeah, complete package. That is something you need to add, and you can get this complete package name from this their official website as well. They also mention this complete package here. Probably see, I believe. Uh, See over here, implementation. Yeah, com.chain test, and like version something which is you need to mention. That is something there. Uh, they have been given. So instead, like you can directly import from there and like you can mention, yeah, the way I have been shown to you. Yeah, you can do in that way as well. If we are not able to get the package from here, I believe they have not mentioned. But yes, you can go ahead and implement in the same way. Yeah, if you are not wanting. Let me go ahead and run this and let's see it in action, whether it is gonna go and generate the report this time as well, or it will throw some surprises to us. Let's see it in action. It's running and executing the test case. It's been done. This is second test case, which is failing there. We deliberately make it as a fail. So it's going to close the browser. One pass, one fail, same. And let me refresh the project, right? And if I go to this target folder now, let me directly go to this chain test system export, and I'll be able to get this there. And I can see emailable report and index report, right? So 21 45, so 2146 and 2145, 2146, right? So both reports are there. If I open it, you'll be able to see the one test case pass with screenshot and second test case fail with the screenshot there. All right. On the same line, if I go for the emailable report, I'll be able to see the thing. So whenever test case is passed, it's not attaching anything more there, just giving the things in a green, and and the failed test case, it will gonna go and show the exception. What is the exception? What went wrong there? That is showing in our failed test case, right? So this is what the failed test case there, right? So now it's up to you guys how you're gonna go and implement it in your project. Now again, so if you want to change, add some parameters here, you can add some parameters as well, right? System parameters you can add in this property as well, right? How do we do it? Quickly, we're gonna go and see how we can go ahead and add these properties there. Yeah, system property if you want to add. So in my base class, what I can do is I'm gonna go and add one more method there. Yeah. So because this is what one time implementation. So I'll add some public methods and I will go add here, add some, what we can say is system variables. All right, add some system variables. And before this should done before test. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and add some tag here called as before test, or if you have some tags before suit or something like, yeah, so you can do that there as well. Yeah, if you have before suit, you can do that is also here, so that will also work. Yeah, so you can write, so I just added before test so that it will execute this particular statement for every state. And over here what I need to do is again chain test service, chain test plugin service dot get instance dot add system information. See, these two methods are there available. Yeah, so you can add in the form of map or you can add in the form of step by step. Yeah, add system info, right? So system info as in is again key value pair. Yeah, so you know like what is key value pair. So you guys work on the hash map and hash table. So this is what my key. I'll say build number and something like that, whatever build number you want to go with 1.0.01, something like that. Yeah, so my first property is this, again chain test. Make sure guys this is chain plugin service, okay, and this is chain test listener. Only two methods we have here as of today, chain test listener and chain plugin service. Only these two things are there. Yeah, so right, two classes are there, right? Chain plugin service dot get instance dot add system info. So you can add whatever number of parameters you want to add in your system parameter, and I'll name it as owner name, or just say owner, and I'll name it as whatever name you want to give. You can provide your name there. Biomat automation. All right, that's there. So whatever parameters you want to add, you can just go ahead and add there, and it's gonna go and create that thing. Again, what you can do, so to generate this log, so instead of writing every time over here, write chain test log and then this thing, you can create simple method and just pass this thing there, right? So what I can do is I'll just go to my test base and I can create one method again here, right? So I can create something called as public method. I'll say chain log, chain test log. And I can say something over here. I'll paste this and I'll say string message. And I can just pass this variable here. Pretty straightforward, right? String message, ms, and that's it. So now you do not need to type this every time, chain test log, right? So you can just add this thing there in your report. Let me go ahead and add it here. As we added this, take a screenshot. Simple. So you just need to write what chain test log and pass your message there. What is your message? Just pass your message and that's it. So you do not need to write every time like chain test listener and then log and all those stuff. Simple. Make life simple. Yeah. So chain test log and this is there. I'll just copy paste this thing everywhere. Just kind of common method to use everywhere, right? So you can create these two simple methods there. Change the listener log and it's gonna go and pass your message there. Make life easy. Yeah, this is gonna go and makes life easy. All right, so that's there. Let me go ahead and run this XML file. Where is my testng.xml file is here. Right click and run as testng suite, and let's see it in action. What it's gonna do for us. Yeah. So this time we expect like it should add the parameters, system parameters there in our variable, in our report. First test case is done. Is executing the second one. Let it run. Second will gonna go and fail. It will quit the driver. Right? So one pass, one fail. We are good there. So let me refresh and go to my report. I think it's already open here. So many folders are open here. Okay. So 2152 is just recently generated right there. So if I open this index.html, we got the report, we got a screenshot, we got the error message. See, everything is there, right? Screenshot and this message, everything is as is. What we are expecting is something over here as a system parameter, and here we go, right? Bill number 1.0.1, that is what we added, and the owner is what? Biomat automation. This is something we added over there as in before, so as in before test, I mean. So you can write before suit as well. It's a one-time declaration. You can add whatever you want. But yeah, this is something chain plugin service, get instance, add system info. That is something you can do there, right? And you do not need to add it on over here as well. There are two ways. Either you can add it here or you can add it in your listener. I recommend go ahead and add it at your listener so that everything is at one place. Yeah. So you will have your system system listener, like whatever listener you are using in your framework, that should be here, and like you can add it this thing as well here. All right, so that's all from my hand. I hope you like this the video, right? So step by step implementation of the chain test, right? So I'll come up with this the next one, like the online, right, the cloud based thing, right? The next report, LP report, right? This is something which is right, the LP report, chain LP report, which is a cloud based. I'll come up with that when it has been completely done. So meantime, you can go ahead and implement this thing. So this is for the URLs. I'm gonna go and add this URL in my description of this video. You can see there, right? And I already shown you how to do it, and I can add this thing there. All right. So that's all from my end, and I hope you enjoy this and you can implement this chain test at your workstation. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time and have a great day. Yeah. Thank you.